What is up, my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. And what year is it? Arclight Phoenix? Didn't this deck go away? Of course, Faithless Looting was banned in Modern. It feels like a decade ago at this point. It's been a long year or two, let me tell you. And of course, Arclight Phoenix, those who don't know, Izzet Phoenix was a dominating deck in Modern. Probably the deck that ended up getting Faithless Looting banned in the first place. And Arclight Phoenix kind of just disappeared. It went from being one of the most prevalent cards in almost all Eternal formats, in every format, honestly, in Standard, and Standard, Modern, Legacy. There's some cool Buried Alive decks, and kind of just disappeared. But Arclight Phoenix is still a Magic card, of course. Arclight Phoenix, 3-2 for 4, and Flying Haste. If it's in your graveyard, you play 3 spells, comes right back. And we still have a ton of great ways to do that. Now, one of the best cards in the Arclight Phoenix deck in Modern is still there in Manamorphose. And Manamorphose is really, really good, despite looking very innocuous. It's essentially a free spell, and of course, Manamorphose can allow for turn 2 Arclight Phoenixes. Unfortunately, without looting, it's a little harder to do that, but we have a stand-in here in Merchant of the Veil. 1 red to haggle, discard a card, then draw a card. Definitely worse than Faithless Looting. But listen, sometimes you got to work with what you got, and we're still playing a bunch of great cantrips here. Lightning Bolts, Serum Visions, Opt, always great spells. 4 Thing in the Ice, excellent threat. And one of the key cards of a deck. And that's all I really need, honestly. It's all the cantrips, draw lots of cards. 1 Bedlam Reveler for a little top end here. Finale Promise, a little extra card advantage. But realistically, we're just playing spells and getting back Phoenixes, and then of course they have Graveyard Hate, we have Thing in the Ice. So that's the main deck. Only 18 lands, tons of cantrips. I played this deck a lot actually when it was legal in Modern. And Cameron _1 5-0 to league with it, and we're just playing their list and giving it a shot. Sideboard, Aria of Flame is the big one. Really good sideboard juke. Opponent brings in Graveyard Hate for Arclight Phoenix or removal for Thing in the Ice. You play an enchantment, and you usually kill them in 2 turns. You cast a bunch of spells. Sort of makes you like a Storm deck, but your Storm count never goes away, which is pretty awesome. Really, really good card in Aria of Flame. Blood Moon, Abrade, all the usual cards here. Of course, Mystical Dispute, Aether Gust, 2 new additions since the last time this deck's been played. Obviously very good. Force of Negation for combo decks, and 1 Jace for fair matchups. And that's the deck. It looks pretty sweet. I'm excited to see if Arclight Phoenix still has wings here. So let's give it a shot. But first, wait for it from our sponsor here at CoolStuffInc.com.
CoolStuffInc.com now has their own branded sleeves. These sleek, matte finished sleeves will keep all standard size cards safe and protected. Get yours today at CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, round 1 on the play. Win him a die roll. Fantastic. In our opener, we got a 1-lander here. Double Thing in the Ice, Serum Visions, double Manamorphose. This hand's definitely a keep. Serum Visions is obviously great at finding land number 2. We have double Manamorphose for our Thing in the Ices. I like this one. We're going to keep this. One of the benefits of playing, a bajillion cantrips in your deck is you get to keep some 1-landers. Your deck's very consistent. We have about 12 cards in our deck that kind of just look for more cards and kind of smooth us out. But of course, playing a bunch of cheap spells is also part of our deck. To trigger Thing in the Ice, so we Thing in the Ice and Arclight Phoenix kind of reward us for things we're already trying to do. And that's sweet, honestly. So, Serum Visions. We draw Spirebluff Canal. Perfect. And Merchant and Thought Scour. Nothing to discard yet. I'm going to bottom the Merchant. And I think we want to keep Thought Scour. Just a cheap spell. Honestly, can I undo that, actually? I cannot. Keeping Merchant's interesting. We have to basically draw exactly an Arclight. Yeah, this is fine, actually. We're gonna do this. So, top Thought Scour, bottom the Merchant, and ideally we want to go Thing and then play Morphose, spell, and or Manamorphose, spell, flip. But all right, so they're playing Blood Crypt and they're playing a Mountain, or they're haggling. Okay, what's going on here? A little dredge action? Yep, a little dredge action. Okay. So, Thing in the Ice, super important against Dredge to reset their board. And they dredge 3 lands. There's a Forgotten Cave there, which is good with Life from Alone, but nothing too crazy yet. We're probably going to end up going Thing into a Thing, and then just going for a big kill here, and then maybe a swing or two. We also have a Thought Scour and Visions for a nice finale, which can cast Visions and Thought Scour, which is pretty good. So they're going to haggle again, this time discarding Prized Amalgam. Why not discard the Loam and dredge it? Or just like cast the Loam? It's possible they didn't have land 2. That's going to be my thought process here. So pretty slow hand from our opponent here. We're going to go get ourselves an island. We're going to play a Thing in the Ice and say go. And we can definitely flip these things next turn. So I would say our hand pretty good on the play against their pretty poor hand here. I mean, they've only dredged 3 cards, and it's their main phase on turn 3. It's a good place to be. Good place to be. There he has Loam here, which is fine. Get back a bunch of cards, which is whatever, but they're not realistically doing too much this turn, it looks like. Unless they happen to have a main deck Lightning Axe or something like that. Arid Mesa. Cracking it. The Mountain. Forgotten Cave. So they can dredge the Loam now. So cycling lands plus Loam, a nice little extra engine for dredge. But another big brick there. So I don't think that too much is going to happen here. Can we hit a Phoenix, please? Show this dredge deck how to do it? No. We hit a Manamorphose, though. So we're just going to attack for a million next turn. We're not even going to bother trying to... Actually, they're just dead. 7 times 14, yeah, they're just dead. We should have a turn 4 kill here. We'll take that. So we just Manamorphose, Finale, red, get plus cast Lightning Bolt, kill them. We'll make red. Play Manamorphose. Make red. Finale Promise again? Sure. Manamorphose. Yeah. Flip triggers. Make red. Opt. Against Finale Promise, targeting Lightning Bolt, and I guess there's dead, doesn't matter. So play the mana, do the things. Play Serum Visions. Play Lightning Bolt. You did. Nice turn 4 kill there. We'll take that. So, all right, Dredge. Definitely a pretty poor hand on their part, which is fortunate for us. I'm going to play. We don't got much. We got 1 Surgical Extraction, and that is it. Realistically, as long as they can not kill my Thing in the Ice, and we can cast it on turn 2, I think it's pretty good for us. I'm actually a little interested in Force of Negation, because forcing a Cathartic Reunion is a pretty big game for slowing them down. So I think I'm interested in these 3 cards, especially on the draw. And then I think we can cut, Lightning Axe is, not really great. The bolts aren't really good either. The bolts are honestly just good for killing them. Finale of Promise is a little slow. I don't mind shaving that. Izzet Charm and Chart of Course are kind of not necessary, but definitely without looting, we need a little extra discard oomph. Lightning Axe is pretty bad. It is a discard outlet, but it's kind of hard to use, and it won't necessarily kill something for long anyway. So I think we're going to do this. Keep the bolts in, because the bolts just help us kill them, because we're definitely interested in just killing them. We are definitely the beatdown deck here. If the game goes long with no graveyard hate, with no real graveyard hate, they will win the inevitability battle. So definitely looking for a good hand here if possible, and see what we can do. One of the nice things about our sideboard is we don't have to play too many copies of each card, because we are so good at finding cards with all of our cantrips. Well, we drew Force and Surgical, so we're going to keep this one. Cantrip to find land number 2. double cantrip, actually. Opponent mulligans to 5. So, right off the bat, looking pretty good here. Looking pretty good. Arid Mesa. Cracking it. Don't think we're interested in countering a Haggle or a thingy. So Haggle is fine. Stinkweed Imp, sure. And there's a Narcomoeba, a Creeping Chill. We have our choice here. So you can surgical any one of these 3 if we would like. I think it's probably going to be Prized Amalgam. Creeping Chill isn't that important. And while without Amoeba, they can't get it back Amalgam. They'll find Bloodghast eventually. And Amalgam's the card that kills us quickly. So, yeah, we're going to surgical targeting Prized Amalgam. Don't think countering Haggle there is correct. Haggle's not a very powerful effect. So, all right, their hand is Loam, which is a great card to Force of Negation. Imp and land. So, let's take a look at their deck real fast. They've got Bloodghast, 1 Conflagrate, 1 Lightning Axe. That's it. So their only interaction is a 1 Conflagrate, 1 Lightning Axe. So our thing in the ice should be pretty free to rumble here. Otherwise, they're just pretty main deck here. Nothing really crazy. So all right. So they get a 1/1 flyer and they get to Lightning Helix us, which is fine. We had their hand, but it went away. It was Loam, Mountain, Stinkweed Imp, I think. So it was a cave too. Yeah, we're never going to force the Loam for sure. All right, that was a really good draw because we want to look for a land number 2, and that's a much better way to do it than Opt, Arclight Phoenix, and Steam Vents. We like that. Definitely keeping the Arclight Phoenix. We're a little off being able to, if he misses visibility, we can get a Phoenix and play next turn. But so we're going to force the Loam with an Opt, and I guess next turn we'll just Chart a Course, discarding the Phoenix and set up for Manamorphose the following turn. So question is, do I want the Steam Vents or not? I would say no. I pretty aggressively bottom lands when I'm playing this deck because you always tend to draw more anyway. And if you don't draw lands, you draw cantrips to find more lands anyway. So I'm going to bottom this and top the Phoenix. And so you go. Finding Phoenixes is the most important part of this deck by far. Even if you don't have a way to discard it, it's often cool to just keep it. Just find it, keep it, just get it. Finding them is the hard part. The games that can be difficult are the games where you just like your 4 Phoenixes are in your bottom 30 cards. All right, so we're going to force this. Pitching an Opt. Obviously, they discarded 2 cards for it. Oh, that was actually that wasn't the Loam. That was a Cathartic. They just spiked the Cathartic off their draw step. Wow. But we're obviously counting that anyway. So, well, now we didn't get the Loam, and they were able to discard the Stinkweed Imp. So they're doing stuff. We need to, make forward motion here. It's going to be pretty important because they can start dredging. Dredge Loam, get back some land, cycle Cave, dredge Stinkweed Imp. So we need to do things here. Here's Chart a Course. Draw 2, discard 1. All right. Well, now with Manamorphose, we can get back the Phoenix next turn, which is pretty good. Hopefully we'll scour into another one. They'll dredge Loam, hit another Creeping Chill, which is bad for us. Say Loam back Mesa and Forgotten Cave. They can go Mesa, fetch, and then cycle the Forgotten Cave, dredge the Imp again for 5 more cards. Hit a Bloodghast and nothing else of note, which is good for us. Definitely good for us. Another Manamorphose, sure. So Manamorphose. I don't think we need to cast the other Manamorphose, so I think we're just going. We have no way to discard even if we draw a Phoenix. So we're going to go blue and Opt and Thought Scour here, I think. That's things. We drew another island. I guess we Thought Scour first because Opt requires a choice. Thought Scour does not. So Thought Scour ourselves. Hit a Phoenix. Oh, we did it. Must be nice. And now we're going to play our 3rd spell, which will just be Opt here, I think. I don't think there's a reason to try and Manamorphose in anything here. So another Thought Scour. We could just go for the Thought Scour, try to get really lucky, I guess. Sure. Can we get a third Arclight Phoenix? No. That's okay, though. They have a Bloodghast, so we're taking 3 next turn, but I think we're racing up at the second Bloodghast. That changes the math a little bit. Okay. It's funny that drawing that Cathartic was like really, really good for them because we were happily gonna force the loam when we had to force a Cathartic instead, but another Creeping Chill? Oh my god. So now we're at 2. And we need to draw really, really well. There's 3 Creeping Chills, just casual 18-point free life difference. Stinks. All right, so our hand wasn't bad this game. We attacked with 2 Phoenixes on turn 4. I mean, honestly, if we're on the play, this hand's probably fine, but as it stands, I don't think it's going to do it this time. Another Bolt. 3, 6, 9, 12. Not quite. I guess we could try and Manamorphose into I don't even think that matters. Sure, Manamorphose for blue-red. All right, we're dead. All right, so tough game there. Too many Creeping Chills. Without the chills, they were super dead. So, anything change? I don't think so. Yeah, all right. What's going to change is we're going to draw a thing in the ice this time. That's going to change. Also be on the play. That helps too. We did it. All right, cool. So keep this. Bottom mulligans 2/6. Point of mulligans 2/5. All right, so we're going to start on now. It's awkward if we visions. I want to top off the fetch. I'm just going to fetch an island, I think. Islet, rain. All right, so definitely bottom here. And it not matter. That's fine. So they have 1 Lightning Axe their entire deck, and then 1 Conflagrate, as far as we know, obviously. But it's possible they bring in more reactive cards in the draw. But fetch land, sure, whatever. All right, so don't Lightning Axe me. And we can flip next turn if we want to. I'd like to find a Phoenix if we can, but this is a Cathartic, probably. Yeah, for Amalgam Thug. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we got no force here, so Creeping Chill. And then a natural draw, so kind of a brick. And we draw Opt. All right, we're going to start on Opt. I don't think we're flipping thing this turn. We'll see what turns up. All right, don't need one of those. Ugh. Okay, I mean, we could Manamorphose, Opt, and Merchant, and just attack them for 7. If we do that, though, then they start putting blockers in play, and the thing has trouble getting through again. I guess they're not, dredging super well. They have a Golgari Thug in their hand, and not a ton else. It stinks is if I knew we had a Phoenix in our top few cards, we were going to be able to Phoenix this turn also, we'd definitely do it, but The fear is that we flip this, get it for 7, and they keep making bad blockers for the rest of the game. Like, even just playing a land and playing, like, Thug or Stinkweed Imp is, like, kind of annoying. But I guess we might as well get the 7 in now instead of trying to get 7 in later. So we're going to do it. We're going to Manamorphose, and we're going to go red-blue. Okay, that changes things. Now we're casting in the ice. We need to draw literally one spell next turn to flip it, and attacking for 14 is much better, and also bouncing their stuff too. A lot of value in bouncing their stuff. You know, it really sets them back a turn or two because they end up with all these cards like Narcomoeba in their hand, and then they can't really do a lot in their hands. So, Life from Alone targeting 3 lands. You got it. Mire Cave Mesa, and they can cycle the cave now and dredge again, but whatever. Bloodghast, Narcomoeba, and Creeping Chill. Okay, so this works out fine. I mean, we get to bounce the Narco and the Amalgam to their hand. Thought Scour. All right. Yeah, fire away. Let's do this. Give me Phoenix. Serum Visions opt. All right. Serum Visions. Give me a Phoenix. Bounce your stuff. Double Chart Course. Now, there could be an argument for actually intentionally not flipping the other one just to keep it. Like, I'm actually going to keep these. Definitely going to keep 1. I think we're going to be attacking for 7 and playing Chart Course to draw 2 with a thing on 1. We get to say go and then bounce all of our stuff, attack for 14, and then bolt them. Barring any more Creeping Chills, obviously, but don't want the second Chart Course. It does dig pretty hard for Phoenix. I'm going to top, I think. Oh, I'm so stupid. I was thinking of like Preordain. Obviously, I don't draw those, so I can't. That was really bad. I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah. Now what do we do? Yeah, I was thinking. I guess I've been playing too much Standard and playing Omen of the Sea. Right. All right. So, do things change now, or do we still want to leave up? I think we still leave up the opt. Honestly, I might just Thought Scour myself with those cards in the graveyard. I guess they could matter for next turn. I think we'll opt. Well, opting stupid because we have a top card anyway. All right, I think we're gonna leave the thing available anyway. So we don't get to draw the 2 cards this turn, but we still get to do this mostly just the same play, just like a little less efficient. I may end up Thought Scour myself to get those 2 cards away. I might just opt and like keep 1 and get rid of 1, and just bolt them. I'm not really sure yet. So they're gonna Life from Alone back some stuff. They have 11 cards in their hand. 11. There's a Bloodghast. Cycle the thingy. There's a Stinkweed Imp. Play on Forgotten Caves. Dredge a Stinkweed Imp. And hit more Narcomoebas. Again, this is all going back to their hand, so whatever. And they hit no chills, so they're dead. Opponent's got no chill. No chill. So we're going to opt. We're going to bottom the Chart Course, draw Chart Course, and we're going to Lightning Bolt them and kill them because they're at exactly 14. No Phoenixes anyway. All right, cool. We'll take that. So we lost to the good dredge hand on the play, or when they were on the play, but able to take it down. Thinking the ice is pretty good. I would say that Izzet Phoenix usually had a pretty good dredge matchup, mostly based on the back of Thing in the Ice. But the ability to thing them or to have a reasonably fast clock with Arclight and still find your hate cards. Obviously, we only have 1 surgical, so I mean, this deck used to play like 2 or 3 surgicals, maybe even anger of the gods or 2. So anger's obviously a little awkward with Arclight Phoenix, but but yeah, I mean, obviously Merchant's a downgrade to looting, but the other strengths of the deck being Thing in the Ice, Arclight Phoenix, Lightning Bolt, consistency, Manamorphose, they're all still there. Downside with the Bedlam Reveler, of course, is that you have to discard the other Revelers that you draw to the one Reveler. You can never have 2, so only playing 1 removes that possibility. Win the die roll again, love to see it. Double Thing, Phoenix. All right, this one's a little riskier because a Sleight of Hand isn't as good as finding a second land as a Serum Visions is. But even though we only have 17 other lands, we've got like a dozen other cantrips, and we have a Phoenix for Haggle anyway, so we're happy casting Haggle, so we're definitely going to keep this hand. Insanely explosive if we draw a land. We get the Thing in the Ice and Manamorphose is just so good. Before they banned Faithless Looting, I actually called for Manamorphose to be banned. I thought that was the real problem card. They disagreed, but Manamorphose only does unfair things, Free cards are just a problem. That was an article on CoolStuffInc.com talking about how free cards were the real problem in Modern. They banned Mox Opal. I was on with that one, but Sleight of Hand, Lightning Axe, or Thought Scour. Now, unfortunately, we don't know what we're playing against. Lightning Axe could end up being really good or really bad, but with no lands here, I just think it's pretty easy Thought Scour. So, ideally, we draw a land next turn, but they're going to go like land Aether Vial, and we're going to want that Lightning Axe back, but Forest Arbor Elf, whatever, no Arc, same thing. All right. Land. Oh, you love to see it. The perfect land, too. Just the perfect land. The old Thing in the Ice, The old Thing in the Ice. 4 frosty counters. Eldrazi Temple. Are we getting turn 2 Thought Not Seared? Oh, it's a Displacer. Displacer is good against Thing in the Ice, but it's bad against Lightning Bolt. So, all right, the post-spell Ancient Starrings. All right, for Yabmaikos. Some sort of weird Bant Eldrazi deck. It really is 1995. 2015. 1995. God, I'm so old. Merchant of the Veil. That means we can Phoenix this turn. We actually flipped the thing too, right? We can go mana, Merchant. Yeah, that's great. This is a good turn for us. So we're going to leave a thing stranded in our hand, but definitely worth it, I think. We also might get Thought Not Seared next turn or something like that, so or Smash it, or I don't even know, but I think getting in for 10 here is pretty reasonable. No. Red, blue. Maybe we'll get really lucky and we'll hit a Phoenix off our Thought Scour too. Is that possible? Can we do that? Nope. All right, so we're gonna haggle. Bounce their Displacer and their Hierarch. Insane tempo swing. Discard Arclight Phoenix. Draw Lightning Bolts. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Just play this land, and let's just get it for 10. Turn 3. Ladies and gentlemen, turn 3. Still got it. We still got it. Probably not playing this Merchant of the Veil, but that's okay. Did its job. Good haggle there. Good haggle. And now they're basically in the abyss. I mean, Izzet Charm was good. How about a 7-8 on turn 3? All right. Coast for a blue. Eldrazi Sky Spawner. Powerful card. And Noble Hierarch again. Okay. I mean, I guess we would trade Arclight Phoenix for Sky Spawner, right? So I'm not gonna cast any spells here. Just gonna untap. Misty Rainforest. Alright, we're already to combat. We're probably playing Thing in the Ice, honestly. And then just setting up for a monster turn the turn after. Well, I guess the Merchant of the Veil is kind of awkward. So if we go land, thing, then next turn, the Merchant has to discard a... I guess that doesn't have to discard a spell. We have to draw a spell in our top 2 cards, which obviously isn't that difficult. And they're at 9 with 5 cards in hand. We're going to do it. There are certainly bricking possibilities, but other options is to play one thing and leave the Misty Rainforest in our hand. The intention of discarding that to haggle, but I feel pretty good about this. Even if we brick, like, we still have 3 thing in the ice in play, you know? So next turn is a spell or a land. And if it's a land, we pitch it to Merchant. If it's a spell, we cast it. If it's like a creature or something that we don't really want, we pitch it. All right, well, they can displace now. They do have that ability with the Temple and the Colorless Lands, which can stop the one Awoken Horror, but not the other 2. So big draw step. What's it going to be? Izzet Charm. Also not exactly the best here. It's actually card disadvantage. If I were to cast this, I guess I could just discard the Merchant, though. I have to discard Merchant and then one of the 2 cards that we draw. It's actually probably better than Merchanting, though, because I have more chances to find stuff. Yeah, we're going to do that. Obviously, finding a Phoenix would be the ideal scenario, but I suppose we could have also started this by just bolting the Displacer to force them to use it on the Awoken Horror, but that's kind of dumb, so you just bounce it. All right, let's discard Mountain, Merchant. Right? Well, now I have to play another spell, I guess. So Charter Course draws 2 and discards 1. Huh. Maybe I should have merchanted. I don't have enough mana. I guess I would have drawn the Mountain, which wouldn't even be good anyway. Alright, so we cast the spell, and we can't cast 2 more spells to get back Phoenix either. I guess we're probably just bolting a Displacer, honestly. It's not really the prettiest thing ever. We'll move to combat and see if they let us attack and then flicker it. They probably won't, but... Or will they? Alright, cool. So in that case, we'll just draw 2. All right, let's draw 2. If we draw a land, we'll bolt the Displacer. If we draw 2 spells, awesome. Like, okay. Does suck that it's our 3rd spell for Arclight post-combat, but I think I'm pretty happy just bolting here. Otherwise, I get displaced twice next turn, but it doesn't even... Whatever, I think we're fine. We have Finale next turn, which is insane. And if they spike a Thought Scour, we still have a draw step and a Fiery Islet draw. And we only need 1 more spell anyway to kill them, so I think we're in pretty good shape here. Finale's good. It's a good Magic card. 3 mana, cast 2 spells in the graveyard. Counts as 3 triggers. Oh, they spiked the Thought Scour. Wow. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. So you should just draw literally any spell. Matter Shaper, sure. All right, 2 draws for any spell in the deck. I guess it has to be a non-creature spell, but all right, well, there it is. Opski. We could have Path, I suppose. So we need to draw another spell, which is fine, obviously. We're also gonna draw off Thought Knots here too, man. They're really trying here. They're trying. They're doing their best. A for effort. Bounce all that. Draw off Thought Knots here. And a concession. So draw for Thought Knots here. Draw for Opt. Even had another Phoenix there. Pretty cool. All right, so some sort of Bant Eldrazi deck. Now, are they going to have like Rest in Peace or something? Maybe. Are they going to have... I think I have like Teferi or anything, aren't they? Because Aria of Flame is obviously kind of our anti... So I think if we're going to Rest in Peace, we want to like cut like a Reveler and probably like Izzet Charm or like a card that's like only really graveyard adjacent. Finale Promise fits that bill too. And bring in Aria of Flame, which is not graveyard relevant. Nothing else here is really good. Gust isn't really good. Dispute, Force, Surgical. I guess Blood Moon's pretty good against them. Because they can't cast their color. Yeah, I'd say probably want Blood Moon. So let's bring in like the enchantments. Let's bring in the Arias and the Blood Moons and cut some of the graveyardy stuff. I think Finale's too good not to have access to. So Lightning Axe is really good too. So Blood Moon, Aria. And cutting a Finale makes our Aria a little worse, but I'm not really hating it. So lowers our instant sorcery density a little bit, but they're all kind of like knockout cards, so no lands. Yeah, we can keep this. That's what I'm saying about Arclight Phoenix. You should never want to get rid of it. Even though we can't. I guess we obviously have Chart, of course, but I think it's just Bolt. Obviously, we can't cast Bolt yet, and we want Sleight and probably Chart and Phoenix and thing. Yeah, so all right. If we get a red land, we're probably keeping the Bolt to kill a turn 1 Noble Hierarch or something like that, but I mean, I guess I would just prefer not getting turn 2 Thought Knots here for the most part. Alright. Sleight of Hand. Lightning Bolt Opt. Guess we're keeping the Opt, because we can't cast the red cards. Drawing 2 of our 3 islands is not ideal, but good news is their only removal spell is probably Path. They could have Dismember too, but man. Stone Cold Nuts here on turn 2. Alright. Pretty good, pretty good. I'd imagine they take Thing in the Ice. Alright. So we're just gonna Chart probably. Ooh. It's gotta be really good. If they have Smasher next turn, I'd be pretty sad, but if we find ourselves a red source, I think we're in pretty good shape. Shot of course. Alright, discard Arclight Phoenix. Sego. There's our red source. We have no spells to get back Arclight. We can just pitch the Merchant, I guess. It's kind of the worst card. I think opting into another Phoenix would be the best case scenario, but, you know. I mean, if they have another Thought Knots here. Alright, it's a Matter of Shaper. Love to know how many times in the history of Magic has someone gone, oh, whew, it's only a Matter of Shaper. Alright. We are going to start by... I guess we're just going to do everything, right? We're just going to get back a Phoenix's turn, so... Thought Scour ourselves. Blood Moon. I mean, Blood Moon's definitely good. They have 2 nobles. Kind of a little late to the party here, but... Alright, let's get a red. I guess we're gonna opt first. Let's see if we draw a let's opt first. Draw Phoenix. Serum Visions, bottom. Phoenix. Yay! Alright, so chuckle to ourselves. Draw for the thing. Alright. A little flooded, but not too shabby. Mighty Matter Shaper will come rumbling in for 5 next turn, but you can always haggle and just cast the Merchant as a blocker, you know? You have a lot of mana. Alright, it's a Drowner of Hope. It's a classic. That's pretty good. This is a real, like, old... This deck's from, like, 2006, like, 16, 17. Just old school, actual Banned Eldrazi. Now they have colorless mana and colored mana, so our Blood Moon's, like, basically worthless. And they have a Forest, too, so... Alright, so we need to, like, not die. Another Arclight Phoenix. I think we're going to have to run off some runners here. We're going to start with this. So, good and bad news. That's good. But we can kill the Drowner, but we can't get back the Phoenix this turn. We're basically out of spells. Which sucks. And I think we're gonna pitch the Blood Moon. I really think Blood Moon's like it's not just the fact it doesn't really affect much right now, it's also the fact that it just seems impossibly hard to find time to cast it. Alright, I think we should kill the Drowner now, because they could have like I guess they could have no, so I'll leave these. I'm just gonna say go. Could have like negate or something, but they have exalted, obviously. Don't find a smasher. Don't you do it. And islands. That was quick. It was so quick. I was sure it was smasher. Tilt. Well, that makes it a lot harder to kill them. Take 5, go to 2. So we need to draw a bolt. Or, yeah, just basically some way to remove this Sky Spawner or deal some extra damage. Or just chain spells for Arclight Phoenix, too. That's actually more likely. We just draw like cantrip, Manamorphose, something. Big draw. That is not how we start this off. 2 unusable lands. Basically 2 worthless cards in our hand. Manamorphose. Alright, fine. Alright. You got us. Tough game there. Some pretty awkward draws. They also had Turn 2 Thought now, which is pretty gross too on the play, but that's okay. Yeah, run it back. I mean, like I think that if they don't do a lot of different things in that game, we're fine. So, and we still had outs to win. So, all right, mulligan. I mean, we got to keep. Unfortunately. It's kind of gross, but I'm just going to ship a fetch land. They're on 7 cards. All right. Thinking this is great. So, definitely don't want to draw more lands, but Manamorphose Thought Scour, that's actually awesome. I'll keep both these. All right, so no Path to Exile, basically, is what we're looking for. And if I do Pathos, we have mana to kind of do more stuff, I guess. So Thang in the Ice. And we have 4 looks at Arclight Phoenix to try and see if we can mill one over here. Go for that big attack for 10 on turn 3. We like to do so much. Please don't not sear me again. Oh, just rest in peace. That's fine. Obviously, makes our Phoenix plan not good, but top card's Manamorphose. All right, so we bottom the lands. Just a reason to fetch. I'll just start this party by casting. This is Manamorphose, I think. So we don't know what colors we want yet. We're playing cantrips, so just start Manamorphose. Just get a mountain. So make blue red. Even better. All right, so change of plan. Now we're playing Aria of Flame. They had Thought Knot. They probably would have cast it, I think. I don't think they would have played Recipes over Thought Knots here, so I think my hand's pretty safe. And they play any other creature. We get a Thing in the Ice and bounce it. Get Aria going. Aria's a really good card for those who are unfamiliar with the card. They gain 10, but every spell we cast, we do another point of damage to them. So it just keeps dealing more and more damage. It's so easy to cast a million spells. And this is like I would say Aria of Flame usually kills in a minimum of 2 turns. It can kill in 1 turn if you're running really hot. Smasher here, it's fine. Sure. All right, let's do some work. We keep drawing Spirebluff Canal. We don't really want it, but sure. Maybe actually Thought Scour first for a little info. So let's scour them, obviously, because we know we're gonna be graveyards. And so the first Aria of Flame will go off and deal 1. Get this party started. Thought Scour. Serum Visions. We're gonna Manamorphose. So probably making blue, I assume. Aria of Flame deals 2. Starts out small, but it's not doesn't stop. Lightning Bolt. Pretty good. Let's get rid of them. Aria of Flame deals 3. Bounce your stuff. So we've dealt 6 damage so far. The next, Spirebluff Canal. The next spell will break us even on life. All right, I would like to stop drawing lands. Hard casting Arclight Phoenix is definitely not crazy. Nothing bottoming the Haggle. Play Spirebluff this turn, just hard cast Arclight next turn. Is that better than a random card? Maybe Haggle's actually fine. I should keep the Haggle. We have so many lands in our hand, actually. By land, next turn it's land and bolt. I'm going to top this. I think it's better than a random card, realistically. Given that the Aria is already on 4, and we get to play it and bolt next turn, and the bolt deals 8, and then the Phoenix, and then the horror, so... Yeah, this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the Phoenix plus the bolt's lethal if they have a ground blocker. Sky Spawner, sure. Replay Noble Hierarch, sure. So some chumpy blockers. We're probably going to bolt the Sky Spawner. It's better to just get the damage through on the Phoenix. Nice rest in peace. So the next spell we cast kills them. Yeah, I should get the Haggle. That was definitely a mistake. Haggle's not good, but I think I'm undervaluing just having how good any spell is right now. We obviously got to pitch this. It would have been a lot better. They have Path? They do have Path. Wow, okay. But they're going to path the thing in the ice, not the Arclight Phoenix. Interesting. I think they can jump block. All right, we're out of lands now, so we're out of basics at least. All right, so they are dead to any spell and also dead on board to the Arclight Phoenix. So, they have a Smasher in their hand and they have 3 other cards. The Displacer is a very expensive way to buy them time. So they can flicker the Phoenix, but I mean, like, that requires 3 mana every single turn. Ghost Quarter, sure. Stirring, sure. Drowner of Hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, sure. So just need to draw a spell. Basically any non-thing in the ice, non-land. I guess Blood Moon or Aria of Flame is bad. That works. You're dead. Aria of Flame is great. Love to see it. All right, 2-0. Pretty smooth sailing so far, too. I mean, obviously, went 2-1, 2-1, but the deck feels pretty good. I think I've made a few slight like missed sequences. Definitely a complicated deck to play. This is the kind of deck where you can kind of just play it and play it like 80%, but really wringing out every last bit of juice. Maximizing all your cantrips, perfectly sequencing all your cantrips, make sure every scry is good and every Thought Scour, then opt and whatever. It's definitely can gain you a lot of percentage points. So I think we definitely made a few very minorly poor choices at some points in that game, that match. It's a tough choice, player draw, Aaron Books, I do an article as well as a video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We do a video Monday, article Friday. Last Friday's article, my loves and hates for Core Set 2021. I always do that article before the new set comes out. And then this coming Friday is the really exciting one. On Thursday, I do the early access streamer event where I'll be able to play a day early with the M21 cards and all the other streamers and stuff. I do my 10 new brews like I always do, 10 new decks for standard built around the M21 cards. And then on Friday, the day after, on CoolStuffInc.com, my article goes up with all 10 deck lists and my thoughts on all the decks. One of my favorite pieces of content that I do. Check it out this Friday on CoolStuffInc.com. Not a great hand. Opponent's mulligan, though. And our deck is mostly cantrips and we're on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. We have a discard outlet for Phoenix. We have a Bolt, buy some time, and a removal spell to buy some time. We have Finale. We draw a single cantrip. It'd be good. I guess a sorcery is preferable, but not a great hand. But I think I'm okay working with this hand. Blackcleave Kitlifts on the mulligan 2/6. And a Thoughtseize. Okay. So if they're playing Jund, we should to avoid Scavenging Ooze. We have 2 answers anyway, though, so. Right, they're going to take the Lightning Axe. Interesting. Perhaps Tarmogoyf in our future. Izzet Charm. Okay. I think we're just going to play Scalding Tarn. Just say go. We have Bolt up if we want it. Probably just getting a Steam Vents. Playing Izzet Charm on turn 2. We'll see what happens here, of course. Yep, looks a little goify. Actually, they can't play goif. We just pulled it. Wrenn and 6 makes more sense. No fetch land, though. So Wrenn and 6, not really doing much. And are they going to forget to use it? Didn't click fast enough. Almost forgot to use it. All right, untap. Manamorphose. All right, we just say go here. No sorceries yet for finale, but Tarmagizzle has arrived. Plus friend 6 for nothing. Alright, so Izzet Charm ahoy here. Trying to find another Phoenix, that'd be really cool. No. Discard Phoenix. We've only drawn instants so far, no sorceries, and no other cantrips either. We can like double bolt the Goyf, I guess, off of Manamorphose too. I'm gonna ship a land here, I guess. I think I would like to get blue sword. I don't think it matters really. All right, let's see what we draw here. Another Izzet Charm. Izzet Charm's not that exciting. Just a really bad looting most of the time. All right, I mean, we're just gonna Manamorphose. We're probably gonna double bolt the Tarmogoyf, I guess. Casting bolts and not cantrips is a little rough, so we really want to find like a Serum Visions here or something. I'm gonna make red. That was a pretty good draw. 1, 2, 3. About to have a lot more than that in the graveyard. Okay, I can buy that. So bolt here. We could actually Izzet Charm for 2 damage. I actually like that better. Say the bolt for next turn. Right, we have instant in the graveyard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think we'll attack Ren 6. I don't think we're trying to like squeeze damage across here. And we get to kill Ren next turn. It's pretty awesome. We can even bolt Ren next turn. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn we can just go bolt Ren and cast Reveler, which is pretty awesome. So Reveler should be pretty hard for them to kill, realistically. No Fatal Push, no Lightning Bolt, things like that. They draw land number 3, also not a fetch land. So Ren 6 is looking pretty anemic at the moment. But they have a Dark Confidant. Alrighty. Ooh. Again, all instants. If we had a sorcery, we could like Field of Finale and Promise to like put this in the graveyard, cast 2 spells, and do a bunch of stuff. But I think we're just gonna attack Ren 6 and see what they do. Okay. So they're going to bolt our Burb, which is fine. And then we're just going to bolt Ren 6 and cast Reveler, discarding the Phoenix and the Finale. Losing Finale sucks, but it's not even that good right now. And putting the Phoenix in the graveyard is obviously great too. So let's bolt the Bob. Ren 6 is fine right now. Bob is the important card. And play the old Bedlam Reveler. Tarn opt Manamorphose. I guess there's no reason for them. If they play Liliana, they would minus it, so we can just play the land. We'll have to really hold it for. We can even end step opt, realistically. Like, what are we going to draw? More cantrips? Yeah, like so. Alright, pretty good. We just need to recur our Phoenixes next turn, realistically. Opt. Sure. Works for me. All right, Phoenix is ahoy. It'd be pretty hard to miss here, so that's a miss. I guess we opt first just in case we brick again. We can decide if we want to be a coward or not. Actually, unreal. All right, top 3 cards are land in our 18 land deck. We got to just fire off here. I mean, if we don't draw a spell, we're probably in trouble. But like, I mean, our deck's just all spells. If we brick here, we're probably never doing anything ever again. Oh, thank God. Well, we can't hardcast that this turn at least. All right, so it's funny. We can. I'm sorry. I can't. This is a yeah. Yes, we can. Yes. Even better. We'll do it the old-fashioned way and the fancy way. So we're just gonna kill their planeswalkers, and realistically, I don't think we can lose this game anymore. So I suppose if they were to draw like Bloodbraid, the Maelstrom Pulse, we brick and they draw like Scavenging Ooze, but Arclight plays pretty well against planeswalkers. Here it comes. Seize the Pyromancer, sure. Discarding a Liliana to draw 2 cards and make an elemental. Obviously, we're on a pretty fast clock here, so that's not bad either. Just gonna hold the Spirebluff in our hand. We have our haggle effects and stuff. They have Liliana. Like, we don't need a 6 mana in play for any reason. All right, sweet. Definitely didn't draw any fetch lands for the Wrenn and 6. The Wrenn and 6 didn't really do anything, but all worked out pretty well for us. Now, they have ways to kill Aria of Flame. It's not as exciting against them. Aether Gust it's okay. Hits Goyf, hits Ooze, hits Wrenn and 6, but it's definitely a little clunky. I would say I'm not very interested in Izzet Charm. Especially given that we have 4 Haggle, 2 Charter Course, 2 Lightning Axe to put the Phoenixes in the graveyard. And Izzet Charm, which is card disadvantage, just like not great. Big question of do we want Aria or not? You know, they could have like Abrupt Decay or Assassin's Trophy to kill it. I guess not much else does. And it's pretty good in grindy games. Like, I guess like for resource light, it's not great. Depends on if they have graveyard hate or not, too. Definitely think I want the Gusts. They also answer Scavenging Ooze. Pretty big game. I kind of like shaving a Finale. I'm going to bring in 1 Aria of Flame. I don't know if that's correct or not. Just like hedge with a little extra, with an extra threat. Anything else I want to cut? The bolts aren't great, but killing Bob's a thing. Killing Planeswalkers is a thing. Killing our opponent's a thing. So I'm gonna leave the Reveler in because Reveler's a pretty good grindy card, and definitely a grindy matchup. So if we see like Leyline of the Void or something, we'll get rid of it. But oh, there it is. All right, we're gonna keep. I mean, definitely might have to get Thought Seized or whatever, but it's fine. Typically, Thought Seize effects not too good against us. You know, our deck is fairly redundant. Aria being the exception of being a very unique card, but yep, makes sense. Okay. we're going to need to decide what we want to do now. I mean, if we had a Manamorphose, this would be a turn 2 Phoenix, which would be pretty cool. But let's see what they do. Nile Spellbomb. Okay, so a little less interested in haggling right now. I suppose we're going to opt. I'm going to get an island. Sweet. Works for me. Again, part of the allure of a deck being that, we don't all, it's not all about the graveyard. We're going to Steam Vents here. I want to be able to cast Visions and Thought Scour next turn. Try and minimize damage if we can, but obviously they have Fatal Pushes in their deck, so the thing, it's weird because, like, what makes this deck sweet is that Fatal Push is great against half our deck and terrible against the other half. And then Graveyard Hate is great against half our deck and then terrible against the other half. So it's really hard to find the right mix of stuff. And then we bring in a card like Aria of Flame that's also not good against either one of those things. So a Forest and a Wrenn and 6. They're going to deal 1 to my thing in the ice. All right, so that's kind of annoying. They get to bolt it. We get to bolt their Wrenn and 6, though, so it's not, like, too bad. Only 2 cards left, so... Again, we don't want to Thought Scour ourselves because they have Spellbomb. We could just go for the Phoenix here and force them to pop their Spellbomb. For no value, which isn't really that bad. I mean, like... We'll lose a Phoenix out of our graveyard, but we're still casting spells and doing things. We get to bolt the Wrenn and 6. Now leave them with literally just 2 cards and no board. To our cantrip heavy hand and Merchant of the Veil and stuff. I think we're going to do that. I think there's definitely a good amount of value in making them just pop this bomb without drawing a card. Start Serum Visions first to just kind of get a better idea what's going on, but I guess Thought Scour is awkward too, but all right, bottom, top. Maybe I should have scoured first. Then if I'm going to scour, like I don't want to scour them because they have obviously Wrenn and 6 and Tarmogoyf and stuff. Yeah, that was probably also poorly sequenced. I could draw the opt, I guess. I guess that's fine. All right, so. It's funny, we're going to feel dumb if we hit another Phoenix, like by accident, but I guess we just opt, right? Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to bolt. All right, never mind. We have this all planned out already. I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so kill Wrenn 6, force them to pop a Spellbomb. Must have like a bolt in their hand. And they want to like untap, bolt the Phoenix, and then Spellbomb. No, good. So, and honestly, next turn we're probably just casting the old Merchant. Grindy matchup. Got to use all the parts of the Buffalo. So, casting Merchant not too common, but so they have Planeswalker, Artifact, Instant, Land, Sorcery. It's pretty good we're talking with. And they drew another Wrenn 6. That's not good. And a Thoughtseize. Again, pretty redundant hand, so it's fine. 1 card left. Although I do have Wrenn 6, which is annoying. They're getting a Swamp? Another Spellbomb. All right. Sure. They're out, though. That's it. I would take a Phoenix here just to draw it, right? Bolt. Alright, I am pretty sure we're going to opt to just cast the Merchant. They don't currently have anything, so let's just take a look at the opt. Sting in the Ice, we'll cast that instead. It's another opt. Alright, we'll keep that. Not necessarily the most exciting card ever, but it does attack Planeswalkers and do things, you know? Not a bad draw, I suppose. Okay. One good turn deserves another. I think I'm going to attack the Ren 6. Right? Like, they have Artifact, Sorcery, Planeswalker, Instant. Oh, if I stack the land, it'll be a 5/6, so we should not do that. Damn, that's a big turn wave. Right? Sorcery, Artifact, Planeswalker, Instant, land, sort of Artifact, Instant, yeah, 5/6. All right, show no. And we're gonna hold this land, so we can use the haggle ability on the Merchant itself. It comes down to desperate times and desperate measures. Don't draw a threat. Damn. Means they probably drew another Goyf, which is bad. Bad. They're spellbombing us in their main phase after attacking. Okay. Kind of weird because it's kind of like reeks of desperation. But why would they do that before attacking? It doesn't really make any sense. All right. Big draw step. That's a pretty good draw step, honestly. As far as draw steps go, that was a nice one. They're going to let me attack too, for sure, even if they're going to kill this. That Ren 6. Ren 6 takes a hit. And we draw 2. Love to see it. Give some cantrips, please. Maybe a Manamorphose. Ooh. Well, Bedlam Reveler is not good yet, but it'll definitely be good. Sleight of Hand. Aether Gust. Now, we could just take Thought Scour and bounce the Goyf. But honestly, the way they've been playing their fetch slam with Ren 6, they might just go get it back, crack it before they attack and get to gust it. I guess they don't necessarily know they're going to do that. Thought Scouring also makes Thing in the Ice better too. Yeah, we'll take Thought Scour. There's obviously no point of flipping this until it's their turn because we don't have any. We already attacked, but this feels pretty good. Having Reveler as our backup plan is pretty awesome too. So where's the bolt going? That's a big question. All right, let's scour ourselves. Let's hit. If we have Phoenix, we're gonna. Oh, never mind. We already attacked. Hit thing nice lightning. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spells currently. All right, and then we added a creature to the graveyard, so this thing's even bigger. All right. I don't think we bolt them. 7, 6, 7 is a huge armor wave. All right, let's bolt the Wrenn 6, I guess. I guess we put them to 11, and then we attack for 7 and threaten some serious damage. Yeah, let's attack them, I guess, and bolt them. I don't think Wrenn 6 is gonna matter in this game, so I guess we're bouncing our Haggle too. Oh, I should have blocked. That was really bad. Because if they had a Fatal Push there, I just almost die. Devil should have blocked with the Awoken Horror. Yeah. Ooh. Ouchie wowie. That's bad. Okay. That might do it here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Reveler currently cost 3. Honestly, it's gonna be kind of tough to get out of this one. Might have wrangled up a few too much stuff. Another merchant. Ugh. All right, and the merchant doesn't even go to the graveyard. All right, let's merchant away the merchant. All right. I mean, now we need the red, so we're just gonna play the Reveler here. So awkward. Thought Scour, Manamorphose. We could just try and spike a Phoenix here. Might need to get lucky to win this game anyway. Let's see, we've got 3 Phoenixes and 27 cards. Yeah, I'll just do it. We'll go. I'm not sure what red card we even draw we want to cast. We'll go blue. Okay, I'll definitely not attack this turn. Chart a course. They give us the same amount of looks at a Phoenix, but we could draw a second cantrip for the Thought Scour. So got a Thought Scour. Didn't do it. We milled a Gust too. Ah, gross. Now I have to chump block with that. We're probably just dead here. Remember what I was saying about all your Phoenixes being in your bottom 20 cards? Yeah. We found one, but other 3 are currently missing in action. So we have to chump block. Losing a card to Liliana really sucks here too, actually, because we want the extra card to discard a Merchant of the Veil. He's a Pyromancer. You got it. In the tank. What do you want from me? Discarding Overgrown Tomb and Wrenn 6. Bedlam Reveler, I'm sorry. Sorry I couldn't do better for you. I've cast what? 3 bolts already? Yeah. Post-combat. Hunt Master of the Fells. God, what is this league? What year is it? I guess they're playing Pyromancer or Ren 6, but it's the card they used to play before Bloodbraid Elf was unbanned. Like, what's happening here? And they're shocking? Cycle Barrymore. All right. Remember when they didn't have anything? We like forced them to use their spell bomb. They had like 1 card left. I remember. So if we can spike all 3 Arclights, we kill them. That's a start, I guess. Do I actually want to like crack the Fiery Islet? Oh, at some point. All right, here we go. That's Spirebluff Canal. We're gonna crack this blue. I don't think we're getting there, folks. I guess we want to chart a course. Haggle? Alright, okay, not a good game there, not a good game. So yeah, I mean, they unfortunately, they had the discard spell for our non-graveyard threat, the removal spell for our non-graveyard threat, and then the graveyard hate for our graveyard threats. So seeing the spell bombs, I want Aria number 2. And Reveler is still good. Let's say Finale is probably got to go. Even though it's a pretty powerful card. It's extremely vulnerable to Spellbomb. On a play now, too. Yeah, we can't bring in Jace the Mind Sculptor. I don't think it's good enough. Is there a different card we can cut instead of a... I can keep like 1 Finale in? I don't think so. This is fun. Let's try and minimize the effect of the graveyard hate if we can. That is a really ugly hand. Nothing to discard to haggle. No can't. Yeah, I mean, I hate developing against the Thoughtseize deck, but we can't. We absolutely cannot keep this hand. It's better. All right, so we're going to ship a land. All right, I mean, it's not great, but, you know, can pitch a Phoenix. Honestly, we have a chance to turn 2 Phoenix here with double Manamorphose. Then I have a discard spell. Obviously, we have a discard spell. Why wouldn't they? Oh, no, it's a spell bomb. Okay. I mean, we're going to put the Phoenix in the graveyard and see what happens, you know? Not looking too great here. Make him use the bomb. Ugh, lands. Lands for days. You're killing me. Just killing me. So we're down a card because of Merchant. They're down a card because they didn't draw a card of the thing. So like it's sort of like they're Spellbound traded 1-for-1 by Merchant, which is like a weird way to look at it, but that's basically what happened. We're gonna cast the Merchant next turn probably, which isn't ideal, but I mean, what are we supposed to do, you know? Oh my god. Aria of Flame off the top, please. Yeah, I mean, definitely not an ideal first few turns there, not gonna lie. It's back in Core Set 2021. Scavenging is back in Standard. Eat some euros. I did a full set review of my stream and YouTube channel. Called it the best green card in the set. They're just going to say go here. Just like super sketch. But, I mean, we're going to attack. Trying to cast Chart, of course. And they're going to let us. All right. I mean, 2-for-1s are where it's at, so give me the cards. Aria of Flame, what are you doing? Please don't get Thought Seized. All right. I know, a weird turn. Like they have nothing to do here? And they're not going to exile my card and stuff? What is going on? Alright, just don't Thoughtseize me. Just want to cast this Aria of Flame and start doing stuff. That's my new goal in life right now. Blackleaf Cliffs tapped. Well, yeah, that's... I guess they want to leave it for Tarmogoyf, I guess? Sure. I mean, they know we have Finale and Reveler, but... I feel like they have Decay or Assassin's Trophy, and they're just going to kill my Aria. They're going to be pretty sad, but... I don't think we have a choice realistically. That's a good draw. That was a good draw step. All right. Yeah, definitely feeling Decay, Assassin's Trophy, something of that nature on the Aria of Flame, but I don't think we can afford to not cast it because we can't really stop that anyway. And now I have an answer to Ooze, which is nice. Which is nice. Alright, so we have Thought Scour available, and we have the Lightning Axe available. So we're going to just play Aria of Flame and say go. End step. Eat the chart a course. Sure. But leave the land. So they planning on casting a sorcery this turn? Alright, we're gonna kill it. Not sure why shooting myself with Aria of Flame is an option, but hey, you know. Yeah, I'm playing Death Shadow. Hilarious card against Death Shadow, by the way, too. 3 mana, kill your Death Shadow. It's hilarious. Remember, folks, you can use promo code CHIP5 on CoolStuffInc.com. Fatal Push, my Merchant of the Veil. Goodbye, Merchant of the Veil. Do you have a scavenging use? Season Pyromancer. Sure. I would love to spike an Arclight Phoenix off of this Thought Scour. Discard Push Huntmaster. Huntmaster seems fine right now, honestly, but sure. Alright. They take 2. We see Serum Visions Mountain Ops. Alright, I mean this is what we're trying to do here, so just keep casting spells and kill them. They've already discarded 2 pushes, or they cast a push and discarded a push. I mean, I really kind of want to bottom this. I just want spells. But at the same time, if I bottom this and draw a land, I'm going to feel awful. So I'm not like thrilled about the idea of doing that. We're at 17. We certainly have time. We're casting at least Manamorphose this turn to deal them 4. Bolt deals 8 again. So they're effectively at 4. I think we're just trying to kill him this turn. I'm just going to bottom this. Oh, man. All right. Give me that thing in the ice back, please. Any cantrip. Well, it's not a cantrip, but it definitely plays. So they're at 4 versus 5 and 6. They're just dead. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I was thinking about it. If you like stack the ability and play the spells in response, it doesn't actually do anything, right? Yeah, like as far as doing more damage. So the counter doesn't go on until... I haven't played this card in a while. Whatever. You won. Who cares? 3-0. 3-0. Let's go. Some close to hard fought matches here. That's kind of what this deck is, though. This deck is definitely oops. This is not a it has blow them out of the water draws, but this is definitely a grindy, gotta earn your wins kind of deck. Probably why it was so popular for so long. Old Arclight Phoenix, the burbs. Burb. Pretty interesting cross-section of matches so far. Definitely. Jund with Huntmaster of the Fells. Bant Eldrazi. Next is going to be Infect. And then it's going to be Abzan, like mid-range with like Siege Rhino and stuff. Right? Right? Yeah, I don't love Izzet Charm. I like Charter Course a lot. Charter Course, it's a sorcery for Finale, which is nice because we definitely need to have we're a little light on sorceries, honestly, without Faithless Looting. Yeah, actually, I think we need another Sleight of Hand too. I kind of think that the Izzet Charm could just be like a second Sleight of Hand. Maybe a third Charter Course. Charter Course is pretty nice. It's like you can occasionally just draw 2 off of it sometimes. And it's a sorcery for Finale. Because right now our sorcerers for Finale, you only have Sleight Visions Chart. That's it. Obviously, the deck used to have Faithless Looting, which is not currently an option. So it's important to have a good mix. It's good. Playing against Kevin Garnett. Snow-Covered Swamp, Arkham's Astrolabe. Okay. So we do against the old Astrolabe. Yeah, just land go. Probably just get Island and opt. Bottom is bolts. Draw Spirebluff Canal. Not ideal, but oh my god. It's so funny, like the deck plays 18 lands and like the thing you fear the most is flooding. That's why I'm so quick to bottom lands. Remand my thing in the ice. Okay, sure. Watery Grave untapped. Alright, so they have a Euro here. Everyone loves Euro, right? You shouldn't gain 3 life. If Euro didn't gain 3 life, totally fair Magic card. But not being able to race it is just gross. Alright, so they got 5 cards and they're tapped out. And they're definitely a pretty hardcore Dimir deck. They have multiple black sources, so probably have push, unfortunately. God. No more lands. Can obviously haggle a land away. It doesn't really feel great, but fortunately, Astrolabe, Euro, and Snowlands really does not tell us a ton about their deck. It could be a variety of things. It could be like an Urza deck, could be a control deck, could be all sorts of stuff. All right, just gonna get Steam Vents. Honestly, we might just haggle a land here and just cast the Merchant. Like, no interest in casting Manamorphose or Bolt. This is probably going to die if we flip it anyway. So aren't really in a rush to do that either. Should Vents draw another Thinger in the Ice? So I'm just going to cast the Merchant. I'm going to cast Thing in the Ice next turn, I guess. Yeah, I kind of like that. I don't really need a huge rush here. Oops. I don't really know. No, come on. God. 5 cards in hand. I guess Ice Fang Coddle's like pretty good against our Thing in the Ices too. Blue, blue, black, blue. End step Factor Fiction. Oh my god. That's a sick one too. Oh, jeez. I want to concede and go to the next game so bad. And the turn Factor Fiction, you lose. Our hand's just terrible. It's going to take him a while. So they might be playing the Reclamation deck. We're going to bring in our Mystical Disputes for sure. And I think I like our Arias too. Blood Moon don't do much. Probably Jace as well. And we're going to want to cut Izzet Charm seems bad. I like Shaving a Finale. And there are bolts also. I guess the axes seem bad too. Do something like this. Bolts are obviously good if we have Aria in our deck still. Want the Reveler. Like to keep one finale for a little, big boom boom finish. But yeah, I think I like this. I guess Aether Gust tags Euro. Like, if they resolve a Euro, it's kind of hard to win, I guess. We have, like, Mystical Dispute and stuff, and Thing in the Ice. This is fine, I think, on the play. Boarding Aether Gust seems far too reactive. I think we're definitely the aggro deck here. God, end step Factor Fiction, you lose. Oh, brutal. Mystical Dispute, come help me. Come save the day. I mean, these are the really hard matchups for this deck. Decks that have good to decent graveyard hate to handle your Phoenixes and are also playing Fatal Push, which can handle your Thing in the Ices. If they're able to cover both angles relatively easily, that's where things get very difficult. That's where your Planeswalkers come into play, your Arias, things like that. It's funny, I actually like the 5-mana Ralzeric in this deck a lot. Izzet Viceroy, I think it is. Somewhere where it like looks at the top 2, you get to keep one. You can minus it to kill big things and exile them. Has a decent ultimate. Just kind of like thick Planeswalkers that have a pretty good effect on the game are pretty nice. Izzet Charm can be a bad counterspell, but I don't think we really want that. Bolt can also take out Ice Fang Coddle if our Thing in the Ice wants to get him. I guess Izzet Charm can too, I suppose. But they're really down to the wire here on sideboarding, let me tell you. We're going first. Okay. Not ideal, but fine. If they have like Leyline or something, we're going to be really sad, but just gonna get an island and Thought Scour. Mill Visions Thought Scour. That's pretty good. I mean, drawing a land is terrible, but having Reveler being pretty aggressively on is nice. Arclight, Aria, Thing in the Ice. Pretty solid lineup of threats here. This is pretty good. I think I just want everything. And so we're probably going to play Aria next. We'll see what they do, I guess. Resolving Aria is like pretty big game. Yeah, they're like the Sultai. Like, I guess they can just bounce it with Cryptic too, but it's funny. So their Thought Seizing, but our best cards on top of our deck. So what they take here will be interesting. They probably take Reveler, I would think. Seems like our best card. Then we have Finale and Aria. I mean, the thing is, counterspells are pretty good against us too. So, like, Finale Promise is insane with Aria of Flame. Basically, it counts for 3 spells being cast, which is awesome. So that's gone now, but sure. Top card's Phoenix. I think we want that one. I mean, Reveler currently costs 3. It's a good thing to build towards. All right. Well, I mean, they probably can't counter it, so they probably have push. That's why they shocked here. If they don't cast an op, they probably have push. Yep. All right. So they almost certainly have push, I think, for Thing in the Ice. We'll see how we feel about that. I think we're just casting this the old-fashioned way. We're not really getting it back, and we kind of want to just empty our hand. And if we play Thing in the Ice, they can just push it. Putting Phoenix in the graveyard isn't that bad anyway, because like we just get it back later, obviously. They burn a counterspell on it. Sure. Sometimes you like actively want to do the unexciting thing because they won't be able to cast their reactive spells and do it. Again, nothing. Wow, that was a good turn for us. Didn't have a card draw spell. Didn't have much. Another Thoughtseize. All right, well, this one probably takes Reveler, which is bad. Because now we're pretty light on actual spells, but they're at 20. But haven't actually done anything with Aria yet, so. And Euro. Yeah. 4 cards left. Fiery Islet. I'm just gonna crack this. I mean, I'd rather cast that after Thing in the Ice. I'm just gonna cast Thing in the Ice, attack for 3, I think. This has been an underwhelming couple of turns here. Merchant seems worse in the post-board games. Merchant's definitely no looting. You know, looting's really, really good. Got 5 cards in hand. They can't Euro yet. Fatal Push? That's what I was saying. So having the way to kill Thing in the Ice super efficiently is tough. And now they can guess Euro. Ugh. Please stop playing spells. All right. We need a big turn here. That's actually, I mean, they could have Mystical Dispute or Force, but I think we're going to jam here. It is funny we've not cast an on-creature, an instant sorcery yet, but bouncing Euro here is actually pretty awesome. Let's attack first. Please don't have Mystical Dispute. Please, 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 please. All right. All right. I mean, our board's nice, you know. They have to get to Euro again, but what is this? Reclamation? Cryptic Command. Bounce Jace, draw a card. All right. Four cards in hand. Saying go. Thinger in the Ice. So definitely have a counterspell for Jace. So not super interested in recasting that for a while, honestly. Let's play Thinger in the Ice. Let me just attack first. It's funny, I might actually itch the Jace to tackle. I just don't think we're ever going to resolve it again. Let's attack first. If they felt safe enough doing that, I mean, if they have another Cryptic, they can like counterspell and then bounce Aria of Flame, which is really gross. So miss sanctuary for Cryptic, cast Cryptic, Cryptic again, Cryptic. They're just gonna counter Manamorphose. Okay. Oh, and they have Fatal Push? Oh man. Oh, gross. Yeah, this doesn't feel too great for us. Alright, I mean, they have Cryptic Command on their hand. I mean, just can't really do a ton. Alright, so resolve this. So if I cast this Aria of Flame, they can counter and bounce the other one. We'll just cast the Merchant. We're trying. We're not going diming here, you know? Trying our best. I don't have another fetch land, so. Alright, so counter that and bounce Aria of Flame. So we have 20 points of life to give them from our hand. Now I can cast Euro too. What are the odds my Jace resolves this turn? We're about to find out because we got no other play. Can't let Euro attack into us, so just gotta hope they don't got it. Unsurprisingly, they got it. Alright, yeah, feels like a real nightmare matchup for us, honestly. All instant speed stuff for the most part. Euro's kind of hard to kill and deal with. Pushes for our thing in the ices. We never really got a good Phoenix draw on them, which would have probably been good against them, but never really came to fruition. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. All right, it's 3-1. 3-1. Let's finish strong here. And it's great. On the play, too. And they're Gigantha, so probably Tron, which is honestly not a great matchup either. Or kind of requires us to have fast Phoenix draw, which we have a possibility for right now. I think we're going to just play Vents tapped and say go. Yeah. Early Wormcoil's tough. I've played the Tron side of his matchup a lot, and I think that definitely favors the Tron deck. Oh, well, that's actually the exception. It favors the Tron deck unless the Phoenix deck can have a sick turn 2, turn 3 sequence, which the thing in the ice accomplishes. So, flipping thing in the ice on turn 3 and attacking definitely can win those games in the play for sure. But ooh, wow. Okay, well they kept a bad one. If you're a Tron player, never do this. I feel like I say this every video, like literally every video. I try to explain this to people. You can mulligan to 4, maybe even lower if your second land drop is a forest. Tron lands every turn, folks. All right, so they got Hers is Mine. All right, because now they're a turn behind. They can't have Tron to turn 4 and more on the play. Now I feel actively good about this game. Again, a spot where looting would be really good, but sure. All right, we're gonna fire off here and see if we can just draw a land for our third spell. Let's make a blue and a red. So I just need to draw a Haggle or a land. That's a lightning bolt. Need to draw a Haggle. Well, now you draw, I guess, just a land. It's just what we want, so. Okay. Well, no thing attack this turn, unfortunately, but I guess I gotta like prioritize not Phoenix and actually thinking, but alright, we're gonna cast Serum Visions. Spirebluff Canal goes triple lightning bolt. I guess we actually keep that one, just a blue spell to cast. Okay. See, if I had prioritized Phoenix, we could have attacked for 7. I mean, sorry, a thing. We could have attacked for 7 this turn. We actually don't have a way to rediscard this. Yeah, I think I screwed up. Because now I'm going to bounce the Phoenix too. Yeah, I screwed up. That was not good. They have Tron next turn. I would need to draw a land off Izzet Charm, which we can do. Attack for a bunch here, so. Alright, just gotta draw a land. Did it. Whoa, Nelly! Pretty sure they're dead here. Alright, better luck getting good. I think I definitely could have sequenced this game better, but put it on the board, Put it on the board. Yeah. Don't keep a forest hand, folks, if you're playing Tron. You never want to play a forest. 3 unique Tron lands. Alright, so good draw. Good draw. On the draw now, let's say we want our forces and our blood moons. Relics are very popular in their deck. I would say Reveler's gone. At least one finale. Probably both finales are gone, honestly. And then the lightning axes are pretty bad too. I guess we're gonna leave one finale, which is fine. On the play, I'd bring in Abrade to kill maps, but on the draw, they can do it beforehand. So, Gust, Dispute, Jace, Surgical. Yeah, that's good. I like this. I guess I can bring in Abrade for Relic also. Yeah, maybe I should have brought in the Abrades. Blood Moon action, sure. Put them all against a 5. Smart. You can tell a player's good at Tron because they mulligan a bajillion times every match. Alright. Not bad. Not bad, honestly. Alright, so we're setting up for a Blood Moon. And Arclight. And our other land. Jump the bolts. Keep the land. Probably gonna force like a Sylvan Scrying or something like that. I guess we actually could just like. Let's see. It's starting to. It's fine. We're gonna Blood Moon them anyway, so like. They drew a forest, Sylvan Scrying. It's fine. Yours is mine. Yeah. Starting from map, sure. Sure. I guess that was actually super risky because I don't have any blue cards. Yeah, I probably should have done that. Oops. Sure. Yeah, I should not have pitched the op. That was not good. Okay, just cast Blood Moon. Okay. Guess we're just casting Arclight Phoenix, honestly. Like, we have Force up. Other options are like just cast Merchant or like cast Manamorphose. Gotta hold the thing for Force. It's not like, the most exciting thing of all time, but that's what we're doing. The fear, of course, is they have End Step Nature's Claim, but listen, if they got that and everything else, what are you going to do? Also, Force thing they cast too, so. Tapping 5 for Thrag Father. That's a good one. That is a good one. Part of what makes the Tron deck favored in this matchup, for sure. Thrag Daddy really crushes the small ball stuff. All right, so now we can Manamorphose, and maybe we'll bolt and just get this Arclight show on the road here. I suppose we could Thing in the Ice. We don't really have an efficient way to re-discard the Arclights. Typically, in the old version of his deck, you'd be trying to bounce your own Phoenixes and then discard them to a looting again, which was a really cool play, but it's kind of hard to do that. I'd be able to flashback, so just open up Serum Visions. Scour another Arclight Phoenix. That is awesome. Oh no, it's on top of our deck though, and we can't. Did I play land yet? I did not. So I keep the island on top, draw Manamorphose, play the island, then Thought Scour the Phoenix. Yeah, that works, I guess. Okay. So top Manamorphose, blue, Thought Scour myself, draw Merchant. So now we have 2 Phoenixes in the bin. We've cast Visions, Manamorphose, Thought Scour. And it's probably just land, play Merchant, honestly. Right, so 3 spells, right? Visions, Manamorphose, Thought Scour, yeah. Burbs. Now, if they play Worm Coil next turn, then we're in a bit of trouble. We can always block with Merchant and then bolt it, I guess, but. So they're at 13. Whittling them down. Ancient Stirrings. That means they're not playing a Worm Coil, which is good. We like that. Snow-Covered Forest. Okay. Sure. That's a card, I guess. Doesn't really do anything, but sure. I guess it's like it's a rampant growth. Now they're more likely to hardcast Ugin or something like that, but we have the Force, so it's fine. All right, take 5. No problems here. Arclight number 4. Do it. Izzet Charm. Okay. I mean, now we're gonna like just play Thing in the Ice. You don't even need to, right? We can just leave up Izzet Charm as a counterspell too. I mean, this is fun. Just say go. I really find it difficult to believe they have outs here. With the Bolt too. Ugin, this all is dust, sure. Give me the embarrassing Izzet Charm. Always feels bad to lose Izzet Charm. Never feels good. All right, so pretty solid league. I mean, we lost to a deck that seemed pretty good against us. But yeah, the bird's the word. Arclight Phoenix back in action. Haggle's definitely not amazing. Definitely not the greatest card of all time. I honestly would like to see a third chart, of course. I'm not thrilled on Izzet Charm. Definitely want to see another Sleight of Hand as well. But all in all, I mean, most of the things that made this deck awesome are still present. So fast Arclights, Thing in the Ice. Definitely got to figure out some sort of a plan against Fatal Push decks. Honestly, there's a new card in the new set, actually. It's the 5-drop Prowess creature. That card seems great against Fatal Push. It's like if you played an instant or sorcery, it costs 2 instead of 5. 3/3 Prowess comes into play. Scry 2. There's like a million abilities on it. That card might be a solid card in this deck. It's just a card that's good against Fatal Push, good against Graveyard Hate. Could be an option. But yeah, deck seems super sweet still, honestly. So if you miss playing your Arclight Phoenixes, dust them off. We'll leave her down to like $5 on CoolStuffInc.com. Promo code Jim5, 5% off your order. So you should be a $35 card, and maybe it's time for the Phoenix to rise again. That's going to be the name of the article for sure. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I am Jim Davis for CoolStuffInc.com. Again, promo code Jim5, 5% off your order, CoolStuffInc.com, and a free Jim Davis Goblin token with your order. Sweet token. Super, super cool. And free content every weekday on CoolStuffInc.com. I do a video article just like this one every Monday, and a written article every Friday. And if you're watching on YouTube, go to the website. All right, there's an article that goes with this video. It's more than just a video; it's an article too. And but wait, there's more. Check it out, CoolStuffInc.com. Tons of great writers on there as well. Free content every weekday, and a new feature as well. One last thing: live buys. They video chat with you and they buy your Magic cards. You can't go to a GP right now. Nobody can. So if you miss laying your cards out on the table and selling to a dealer, they'll do it with you on your Skype and stuff like that. So. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Jim Davis, and I'll see you next week for some great Core Set 2021 action. And of course, later this week, again, Thursday, streamer early access stream. Friday, article all about the 10 new brews. All right, 10 new brews, Thursday and Friday. Love you all. See y'all next time.